Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Elizabeth Spraggins. I am the founder of All Joy Inspired. I am also the owner of Digging from Darkness, Living in Light. And we have got so much fun today. I mean, we got a lot of information. We got some entertainment today. So before we begin, I want to let you know that Digging from Darkness, Living in Light is a community that has been created to support and encourage people who feel like they are stuck in a terrible place in life because of things that they may regret doing in their past. We have a collaborative group of experts and community support of people in different areas of interest and expertise to help just about anybody unscrew themselves from maybe having a little bit, just getting a little wild early in life. So today's topic is being lost in life is actually a good thing. Feeling like you're totally lost in life is is actually a great place to start, and I'm going to show you why. I hope you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? The topic for today is why is being lost in life actually a good thing? Why? Why that doesn't make any damn sense. Well, first we have to discuss, how do you know if you're lost? It's not as easy as people might think. I mean, what would indicate to you that you are lost in life? Well, one of those dead giveaways is that you dread getting out of bed. You don't want to get out of bed in the morning. You wake up like you do every day, your eyes open, and the first word out of your mouth is, well, I got to be careful about my language, but you just think, damn it, I got to do this again. Or you just have the crappiest negative attitude. You really don't want to do what you got to do. And we all know what I'm talking about. We get to that point at certain times in our life where we just say, I really don't want to do this again. Or your favorite hobby is drinking or doing drugs. And I don't mean people that do it recreationally, because we've all been a little wild at some point in our lives. We all have stories to tell the grandkids, whether or not you have those, or, some nieces and nephews about way back when we had a little bit too much. But I mean, I'm talking about people who find that they need it in order to get through the day. These things are indicators that you're feeling lost in life. One of those other another thing that can be an indicator that you're feeling lost, and I mean lost in life, is you treat love interests like objects. Oh, guys, I am not attacking you, because I know a lot of women who who treat people of interest like objects. I mean, I used to be one of them when I was dating. I'm not dating anymore, but when I was, I would typically have interest with a man for a very short period of time, say a few hours, and I would never call him again. Like, it's not something I'm super proud of. It's just the way that I was, and the way that we were makes us who we are. So I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to be ashamed of it. But yeah, that was something that I did a lot, and I hurt a few feelings. And I'm making peace with that even to this day. Another indication that you might be feeling lost in life is that you don't have any friends. Now, I don't mean people you hang out with on a daily basis. I don't mean folks that are over at your house, several days a week. I mean really good friends, friends that you can call up if you have an amazing life event and you got to tell them, you got to share it to them, or something bad happens, like you lose a family member. Someone that you call when something happens in life, that kind of a friend. If you find yourself surrounding yourself with people who are fly by night friends, friends that are only around to dump on you, to dump their tragedies and emergencies on you, or to tell you all their problems and then they disappear, or friends that only show up when they need something, those aren't really friends. Those are parasites. And I have to tell you, if you don't have any friends who just call you up just to say hi, just text you to say, hey man, how you doing today, what's going on with you, or they ask you about your, oh Lord, Facebook just sent me a reminder. Hey, are you live, Facebook? Yay! You guys can see me. This is awesome. So, like, I'm pretty excited right now. I think this is working today. So what, you not having any real friends. Now that doesn't mean that while you're going through your lifestyle transformation and you're making changes, that your circle is going to get a lot smaller. But we're going to talk about that later. But I mean, just in general, maybe you just don't like people, or nobody understands you, or you don't feel like you have the ability to connect to people. One of one of the really hot button indicators that you are feeling lost in life, and this is usually the first that people recognize, is that you're often very angry or very sad. I mean, really angry. You got a short temper. Things just outrageously make you mad. And you either feel that way or you feel really, really depressed. People who are lost in life tend to not allow themselves to feel joy or love. For whatever reason, they are afraid of it. It's too painful for them. So they avoid it. They avoid the feeling of happiness, laughter, and love. So if you find yourself in a permanent miserable state, that could be an indication that some change is coming your way, or that some change is necessary to come your way. And finally, well, actually, we have two more indications that you may be lost in life is you feel new passion. Now, I don't mean I don't mean that. I mean kind of, but that's not the only kind of passion that exists in the world. What I mean is excitement about things. I mean, are you looking forward to something that's going to happen next week? Are you about to reach a goal that you set for yourself? Are you watching something wonderful happen for someone else? These are things that get a person excited, that bring them this upbeat energy that just makes you think, yeah, like I've got to do that. I got to be involved in that. Oh, snap. I did forget one thing because I'm a dipshit. Okay, here we go. All right, we are going to do. Here it is. Yeah, I forgot to do that. That's my bad. Give you something to listen to. Not bad for my first live podcast, my first actual live podcast. And the very, very last thing that might be an indication that you could be lost in life is you don't believe in love. Love can be something that you give or something that you get. Love can be for a person, place, thing, or idea. Someone who is totally lost, at rock bottom lost, doesn't believe in love, will not allow themselves to become attached. They feel numb to the world. Okay, so we have and topic one, yo. Here we go. Way. So that is where we are going with that. You guys are being so awesome. I really appreciate you being patient with me. I swear this is only, something I'm really new doing, and it makes me a little nervous. So like I totally appreciate you being chill about it. Okay. All right, now wait. All right, number 2. Here we go. So what does it mean? What does it mean to feel lost? Why do we get that way? Why do people lose their grip on what makes them happy, what makes them familiar? And one of those things, feeling lost, is caused by a change in your identity. Something around you happens to change the way you see yourself as a person. And when you have that conflict inside you, or your conflict with the world outside you, that tends to make us feel unsure of our place among those things or people. Now, a lot of these changes can happen suddenly with no warning. Things such as your job. Well, over the last couple of years, a lot of people have had to get used to being in new jobs in different ways. Relationships beginning or ending, having children, having grandchildren, acquiring a family that that was pre-loved in another place, and maybe they became your responsibility. These things all change your relationships with people, dramatically so too. You could be acquiring a dramatic or severe health problem. A lot of people have become familiar with severe health problems over the last couple of years, and it changes their ability to do things and their ways to interact in the world around them. And that can cause an identity issue, an identity discomfort. Or you could have a spiritual awakening. I mean, it happens, right? So something different in your life has changed that makes you feel differently about yourself in your life. Whew, okay. Well, we went through that. So I'm skipping ahead here. So if you're frightened or anxious about the unknown, something is missing or no longer aligned with your rules. And these major life changes can cause that to happen, can cause you to question your place in your own world. And that sucks. It really does. Boy, okay. Here we go. Nope, that's my bad. That's totally wrong. That's totally wrong. There you go. I'm serious. Like that is something that was really, really difficult for a lot of people to grasp. A lot of my students, that was one of their most challenging experiences, was allowing themselves to be who they really are. And I don't just mean people of alternative lifestyles. I mean people who are existing in rotten situations that they put themselves in, who now want to be out of that situation, who are afraid that people will not accept them or even love them if they change their minds about changing those situations. So what now? What do you do now? Now that you know your life is messed up, now that you know you're lost, now that you know that the crap that you've been dealing with is something you're no longer willing to tolerate, what do you do now? Yeah. So that's what do you do now? You're like, okay, Elizabeth, you're saying a lot of things that we've heard before, and I kind of already know this, but what do we actually do about it? What am I going to do? Yeah, I know I did this. Well, the first thing that you got to do is admit that there is a problem. Admit that you are lost. Now you hear this with a lot of recovering addicts and alcoholics, but some people can be addicted to stability in the wrong situations. That is possible. That is something that people deal with. They refuse to change their life because they're so used to it. It feels safe almost. They know what to expect. So the first step is to admit that your poor decisions put you in that situation, or your decisions have kept you from leaving that situation or from changing it. Then you start taking better care of your body, because when you are under an extraordinary amount of stress for a long period of time, it changes your brain chemicals. That can change your health. Now, if you're younger, it might not be as horrifyingly damaging, but if you are in your late 30s and older, it can cause some real havoc in your bodies, male and female. Whoa. So you are going to start eating nutritious food. Get yourself tested for food allergies. The simplest food allergies, like wheat and other foods, can cause really severe symptoms of depression and other systematic injuries. Food allergies. Some people, they get them tested, they feel so much better right after that. I'm so serious. Go see your doctor and get tested for food allergies. Another one is cut back or stop drinking altogether. And the drugs, of course. And I don't mean recreational, going out with your friends and throwing back a few, or watching the game and having a few. I mean waking up and reaching for a bottle or a can, because that's the only way you're going to get yourself out of bed. Sometimes, for some people, alcohol isn't an addiction. It's a coping mechanism. Some people have alcohol addiction. Some people don't. Some people just medicate with it and are able to put it down for good or to cut back on it. But no matter what it is, if alcohol is part of the equation, it's time to evaluate that and to decide what decision would be best for you to help you move forward. Exercise. Holy crap. Holy crap, you guys. Get up and move. Because when you're feeling lost and you're feeling beat down by life, you tend to sit down and want to hide from the world. You want to lay in your bed under a blanket, sit on the sofa, watch TV for hours and hours and hours a night or a day, or you really just don't want to do anything. You don't want to be around people around the world. You don't want to interact with your pets, and you don't want to take care of yourself. Get up and move. Do things for yourself. And the last thing about taking better care of your body is get better sleep. Take the steps and do the research to get better sleep. Food allergies have a lot to do with it. Food allergies can actually really mess up your whole body, including your sleep. But if it's not your food allergies, it could be your eating schedule. It could be what you're eating and drinking. Or it could be that you might need a little help, but that's why visiting your doctor is pretty important to do that. The next thing you do. What now, Elizabeth? Okay, what's next? All right, that was some pretty obvious information. Like, I know, girl, I get it. I get it. What else do you got? Because that was some pretty simple stuff. You got to cleanse your circle. You got to get rid of some toxic people, because sometimes when we are living in a way which is bad for us, whether we choose that negative life or not, the people we attract to us are there to say, yay, that life is awesome, when it's really not, or they make it worse. Or they're the people that will keep you from leaving that life for whatever reason, because it makes them feel better about being stuck in their own place. So you've got to spend less time with negative or hateful family members. Now, I don't mean cut them out of your life unless that's your thing. Right on. Right on. But you've got to spend less time around people who are putting poison into your spirit, because you're going to need all the positivity and encouragement that you can get. Keep visits with them shorter. Still maybe still see them, maybe visit for birthdays and anniversaries and whatnot, but keep the visits brief. Hey, I love you. I got to go. Bye. I don't want to get caught in traffic, whatever it is you have to say. But do not tolerate their abuse. Sometimes the people that hurt us the very most are those we're related to, or people we are in relationships with. And that's sad, but sometimes they hurt us the most. Don't tolerate that. New life, new you, get rid of them, or limit your time with them. Okay, then. Get rid of friends who drag you into their hell. Yeah, we all know those types of friends, right? They're around you because you're a partner in crime. You're going out and you're acting a fool. Maybe drinking, drugging, maybe fooling around, recklessly, or whatever it may be. If that's your thing, then right on. But if that is something you need to take a break from or get rid of, you can't be around people who insist that sort of thing is okay. You got to cleanse your circle of people who will insist that you continue to do what is making you unhappy. And stop doing things that make you hate yourself. Sometimes when we feel stuck in a bad place, it's because we don't think that there's anything else that's out there for us. We feel like because of things that we've done in our past, that we deserve where we are. And that's why a lot of us don't make moves to make changes. I, of all people, understand that. I spent a long time in my life not really loving what I was doing for a living. Loved the job, but not what it had become. And at the end, I had to make a decision. Was I going to take a change in direction, or was I going to continue to do things that didn't make me very happy about myself? And I chose to make a change, because when you continue to do things that make you hate yourself, nothing else you do is going to make a damn bit of difference. You can cleanse your circle, you can limit time with family members, you can take better care of your body. But if you're not okay in here because you're doing things that make you hate yourself, you might as well not have done anything else. So cut it out. Stop it. But for some of us, it's easier said than done. Like, you can't just get up and leave your job. You got to pay your bills, right? I mean, unless you're independently wealthy, and then up yours. I'm just saying. But Begin by planning your exit strategy. It will comfortably transition the stability for you, your family, or people that depend on you, so you're not left out in the cold while you make these changes that are going to be wonderful for everyone. But you can't just say, sorry, I don't give a crap about you. I'm just going to do this for me, and not care about how it's going to affect other people around you. You have a responsibility to people you love and to people who care about you to do things the right way. And you do that by planning your exit strategy. You do things in a way that will happen smoothly over time and safely with room for mistakes and growth. Or you could choose to get some therapy. If these changes that you need to make are mental health related, then you could get yourself a coach, or you could even take a more advanced measure and get yourself some therapy. These things tend to really help people who are struggling with issues that cannot be solved by changes that you make yourself. Sometimes a professional is necessary. And there are people out there who exist just to help people get on track. And that's a good thing, because if you can't do it by yourself, you don't have to. Okay, so begin doing things that make you feel like you're a good person. That sounds really simple, right? But it's easier said than done, because when you've lived for a long time feeling like you're a scumbag because you made decisions that hurt people, or society told you you don't belong, or friends and family members spent many, many years telling you you weren't wanted. For whatever the reason, it is really important while you're doing these changes to do things that make you feel like a good person, that make you feel good about yourself. That's going to it's going to enhance your self-esteem. It's going to give you some motivation to be able to keep doing more things that get you back into the world. Now, I bring this up every once in a while because it's important to me. Because when I was going through changes and I was making changes for myself, I didn't think like I deserved to have other jobs in my life, other paths in my life, because I felt like I had hurt people in some ways at some certain points in my life, that I had hurt some good people, that the things I was doing caused some people pain. And I meant my personal habits and not necessarily my job. My job was a part of it, but that caused me to act a certain way around people I loved. And that was painful for them. And when it came time to change, and it came time for me to make that decision that my life was going to drastically change, I found some of my energy and some of my motivation to keep doing so by doing small things, little things that made me feel like a good person again. And I think that that is really, really important for some of you, especially if you are recovering from addiction. I know some of my students are recovering from addiction, and that is a lifetime effort that they manage. I also know a few sex workers who are coming forward who are excited about doing something else to make a living. And ladies and gentlemen, those of you who have come forward, I congratulate you. And I am so happy for you to find your happiness outside of something that wasn't making you feel good. Whew. Okay. So another thing that you can do to begin to move beyond that horrible place in life that you feel stuck in doing, change your physical appearance. I'm so serious. Something as simple as getting a new haircut for you guys or girls. Get yourself a new hairstyle. You know, tell yourself that that old hairstyle was somebody different and made me a different person. And it's a mental trick. This is something you tell yourself, you know, to be able to identify as a different person. You could get yourself in shape. You know, if you're living a certain way that's making you overweight or very out of shape and you're not happy about that, going to the gym or working out at your house or, you know, where you live can make you feel like a different person, especially if your clothes fit differently and you're starting to feel a little stylish and sassy. Like, yeah, that makes a person feel pretty good about themselves. And when you're feeling good about yourselves, you are no longer feeling like you're in that dark place. So that's a very great thing to do too. Get in shape. Or you could change your wardrobe. If you are someone who is in the public eye in a certain way, whether that be in entertainment or personal services, you have to dress a certain way because your appearance is your market. And especially for people in the entertainment industry or companionship industry, their appearance is their advertising. So if you decide that that's something you need to do to make a change, to have that no longer a part of your life, changing your appearance is immediately effective into making you feel separated from that former life that you want to get rid of. Guys and girls, it is 2023. I don't discriminate. If you've got a beard or a mustache, get rid of it. Or, maybe change it up a little bit. If you got one of those thin beards, maybe grow that effer out, like, caveman it. Or if you got a baby face, maybe grow a mustache or a goatee or something. I've seen, like, the men in my family, when they grow those out, they normally do it right after they get out of the military. And I know a lot of you vets you can relate. You can relate. My boy just got out of the Army, and the first thing he did was stop shaving. And he insists it's because he's no longer in the Army. And I'm like, you know what, boy? Good for you. Good for you. He's a cutie, though. Oh, my gosh, he's so cute. He's growing, like, in this little beard. He's 23, so it doesn't really grow in all the way yet. But I understand why he's doing it. And I also know that when my husband got out of the military, first thing he did was he stopped shaving. He stopped shaving. And of course, I think about 3 weeks into it, it started to itch real bad. I'm not a guy, I don't know. But, like, it starts to itch real bad. He had to get rid of it. And the one thing they could never stop doing, my husband or my son, is stay away from the haircut. They both still insist on keeping their haircut really, really short. But I know that when I left the adult industry, what I did was I took my hair extensions out. I took my nails off. I had my implants removed. Excuse me. And I stopped spray tanning for a while because I was making that mental transition from one lifestyle to another lifestyle. Now I've since, refreshed my hair because I like it. And I have it for the right reasons this time, because it makes me feel beautiful, not because it's an image I'm trying to sell, because it makes me feel good. I mean, I don't spray tan anymore and my nails are still short, but I feel good about myself again. So maybe that's something that you guys could look into if you're feeling a little stuck. Change your appearance. There are so many different ways that you can do it. If you need help, reach out. Women are more than happy to tell you how. All of these things help you to disassociate from the lifestyle you want to leave or a memory that made you unhappy. This next one. Go to new places and different activities. Try new things. Meet new people. When you are in a really severe or extreme situation, such as trying to recover from addiction or trying to leave a violent or dangerous past behind you, you can't associate with people that were a part of that. You just can't. Not while you're making changes in the process, going from one to the other. You got to avoid it. And people who recover from addiction will tell you, when you're still new, learning your new lifestyle, you got to avoid people that want to drag you back into it. It's just going to be self-destructive. Talk to new people. Simple, right? Talk to new people, get to know new people, learn new ideas, learn opinions, learn thoughts that are not your own. We all don't have to freaking hate each other. Oh my God. Can we just talk about this? How PO people are these days? You don't have to live that way. Just talk to people. Hear someone. If you don't agree with them, so what? There's no need to, beat somebody over the head, with violent words and opinions just because their thoughts are not yours. The idea is to see that there's more of a world outside of what you're trying to leave behind you. There's more to life than that. And that's why you want to meet new people and do new things. Kind of gives you a little bit of a fresh breath of air. Fill your mind with thoughts and things that are not your own. And if it all seems to be a little bit too much to do by yourself, hire a professional to help you. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm on task. I'm doing good, you guys. Here we go. guys are doing so good. So once you've decided to make all these changes, you're trying some new things. You're feeling pretty good about yourself. That's when the fallout happens. That's when they reach their tentacles up. They being the people, the habits, or the thoughts that once locked you into that crappy place in life. You're going to have to start dealing with that. You're going to have to start looking at it in the eye, and you are going to have to look the devil in the face. Right? We all know that feeling. We all know that feeling. You tell a loved one that you want to make some changes. Maybe you want to lose some weight. Maybe you want to quit drinking. Maybe you need to have a new job. Maybe you need to leave the job you're at. Maybe you want to go back to school. Or maybe you have a family member, a young family member. You need to have children that didn't originally live in your house, live in your home now, and you have to take care of them. These are not all life events that some people will see kindly for you. So some things you may have to deal with. Family, friends, and colleagues may make fun of you. Some people they're just a-holes. They're just jerks. They may encourage you to quit. They may encourage you to quit trying. Oh, you're fooling yourself. What are you thinking? You think you're really going to be so-and-so? You really think you're going to leave this line of work and go out there and make your own business? Are you kidding me? Yeah. Yeah. Especially being in the public eye, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that, or how many times students and clients of mine have heard, you're fooling yourself. No kidding. No kidding. Yeah. For some people saying that only makes them work harder. Yeah. Only makes them work harder. Unfortunately, there are some people around us, for one reason or another, because they're evil a-holes, they will try to sabotage your effort. They will attack your new business. They will try to, sabotage your place at your new job, or they will make it very difficult for you to make that move from one place in life to another. And the first thing that comes to mind is trying to recover from alcohol or drug addiction. We all have those friends that are perfectly happy in their lifestyles, and good for them. But if it's no longer right for you and you want to change, and someone is trying to keep you in that place with them, that's called sabotage. And we all know those types. And if that is a decision you need to make, you need to be aware that sabotage is a part of transitioning. You're going to have to be aware of. Some people will even publicly or privately try to shame you for wanting to do something better for yourself. Yeah, it's messed up. It is messed up, but that is human nature. And the way that some people feel better about not being happy in a place that they're at in life is to keep you from succeeding, because you succeeding will make them feel all that much worse. They're not putting in the effort to change. So you could also have to deal with fear of what you haven't figured out yet. It's new territory. It could or could not be something you haven't dealt with yet. And it's scary. It is freaking scary. I'm going to put my son out there right now because I know he's watching Mama's show. Hi, baby. Mommy loves you. He's 23 and he just got home from the Army, and I am so proud of him. So proud of him. He and his wife just got their first home here in Las Vegas. And I can tell you, I'm going to out him right now, because while he was waiting to come home from the Army overseas, he was scared. The Army is the only job he's ever had, and he was terrified. His mom is the only thing I know how to do. I know I don't want to do this anymore, but I know I have to do something else with myself. I know I'm meant to do something different. And I remember how scared he was. I remember how terrified I was the moment that I knew being an adult entertainer was no longer something I could continue doing. It's no longer something I could bring myself to do for my own reasons. And that'll be a different show. We could do a different show to talk about that. But The day that I realized that I absolutely could not do it one more day. I was afraid. I was afraid to go home and tell my family that this job that I had done for 15 years, I absolutely couldn't do it one more day. And making kind of income or stability, the income that is stable, such as someone in the military or someone who has a reliable stream of income coming in, no matter what it is you did for a living, if you did it long enough and you could depend on that money, so could the people that depended on you to make that money to be able to take care of them or to provide for them in a way that they're used to. So if all of a sudden you let them know, I can't do this anymore, it's scary. You might be afraid how they're going to treat you. You might be afraid of, are they still going to love me if I fail? Or what if I was wrong? What if what I really want to do isn't that great after all? You know, these are all what ifs. What if you can't figure out how to make it work? Fear of trying something new is something you're going to have to look right in the eye. Your why is going to have to be bigger. Your reason to change has to be bigger than your fear. And I promise you, this is something I am personally experienced with doing. But I can tell you, it is absolutely possible. You have got to be stubborn. Now, I know not all of you are from the East Coast. I know none of you are even awesome enough to be from Philly. You know what? We'll talk about that next week, but that's a different subject. I'm watching you. But a lot of you have a lot of courage. A lot of you have a backbone that is frightening to people who are weak in their shoes. Because the scariest thing you had to do was to decide you wanted something different. The rest is just details, you guys. So when you start to feel that fear, you got to tell yourself the hardest part is already over. The decision to make a change. Okay. All right. We are almost done for the day, I promise. And then I'm going to get to the Q&A because you guys are freaking amazing. But here we go. One last photo for you. Have constant gratitude for every step forward that you have, every success that you have, even if it's just little, even if you told yourself you were going to think a different thought about a certain subject, that's a victory. I don't give a crap how small your victories are. It's a celebration. Celebrate everything possible, because the more you feel positive, the more you tell yourself to see your situation as positive, the more you want to see it grow. The more you're going to baby it, the more you're going to feed it that positive energy, and the more likelihood your chances of success. Okay, I have put you guys through 40 minutes of listening to me talk. Now it's time to answer some questions. Okay, here we are. You want to offer, so from Sizzling, you want to offer promotion of your channel, views, followers, and I don't know what chatbots are. I'm still learning. The price is lower. You know what, man? I'm not even mad at you. I'm not even mad at you for advertising on my show. I'm not mad at you. So kudos for your marketing skills. That's right on. Kudos. I decide is right for my show or my brand in the future. I will definitely keep that in mind. Thank you so much. I see some of my favorite people in here. Tony. Yeah, what's up, Tony? You guys, Tony is one of my newest group experts. Tony has an amazing story that I think is such a smile maker. Tony and I came across one another a few months ago, and Tony was in his own place in life. And he and I connected, professionally, because I saw something in Tony that was really, really special. I see an energy in this particular person and his life experiences, which I think are going to lift a lot of people up out of darkness. And I am excited to see Tony utilize those skills to help other people in the future. Tony, I admire the crap out of you, man. I think you're amazing. Hi, Uproar Entertainment Group. Thank you so much. It's good to see you tonight. Am I excited for the playoffs? Man, what do you think I was doing before I went live? Hi, Dan. It's good to see you. Dude, that's my buddy Dan. What's up, Dan? Yo. What I need to hear. I have been showing up less to my sister and my niece because I keep getting stuck in the middle. I feel this. I do. Hi, Corey. Thank you so much for joining the show today. It is possible to be weaponized against family members who are fighting each other. And I'm guilty of doing this myself. My daughter and I have had a disagreement a couple of years ago, which was very unfortunate. It has to do with current events. We don't need to get into any of that, but we feel very differently about things. And the first couple of months afterwards, I acted a certain way, which I'm ashamed of. And I owe my sons an apology. So it is possible for you to stay out of it or to be neutral. Stay out of it. Show them both love in a way that works for you. And stay out of the arguments. Just insist. That's not my argument. Yep. That's not it. Harold. Oh my God, Harold. Harold Allen Jr., you guys. Harold was one of the success stories which inspired me to really put in some effort into what it is that I do to help people. Harold is finding new life outside of being incarcerated, and he's been very public about it. Harold has told his story. He was wrongly incarcerated for a crime he didn't commit, and he spent some time on the inside. And even though he was found innocent of what happened, spending time on the inside, people in the world treat you differently. And Harold decided that's not the way he was going to live. He was not going to allow the world to tell him what his future was going to be. And Harold Allen Jr. is one huge success story. I hope you guys check him out. He's really motivating for some of you who might feel stuck. All right, you guys, I see so many. Oh, there's so many of you. Oh, hi, Chris. Hi. Being lost is a great thing. You can go anywhere. Right. Because if you are lost, you essentially have a blank slate. You have a blank slate, right? What happens if you drink everything that's in your cup? Your cup's empty. You can put anything in it, right? It's the same with being lost in life. If your cup is empty of ideas and you're lost, you have no vision, you can create any vision that you like. And it's something that I do to help people create a vision which will sustain and make them happy, make them feel fulfilled and worthwhile in their life. I'm so excited for everybody's here, and this is just so freaking awesome. Oh shit, Chris is here. Chris is a bad boy. Chris gets in trouble sometimes because Chris likes to argue. I like to argue too, Chris. I like to argue too, but I've already been banned from Facebook once. Like, not just banned, but like super banned. Like, I had to get a new IP address banned, like that bad. So like, I gotta watch myself now. I'm so serious. You guys are trippy. Since you gotta do DoorDash, Tony, you are amazing. You are inspiring for me. And I am so happy you decided to join us today. All right, you guys, we have had the most amazing show today. I am so glad that I got to see all of you here. That really made me happy. So for those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Elizabeth Spraggins. I am the founder of All Joy Inspired at alljoyinspired.com. It is a life coaching service and opportunities to buy life coaching products that will help some people move beyond a place that they are in life that doesn't make them happy. But no matter what it is that you're feeling, there is a community that we host that is full of people who've been in a rotten place in life and have made it to the other side and made it their life's purpose to share their experience and their expertise. And it also includes people who are at different stages of transition from one darkness into their own light. So if it turns out that All Joy Inspired is not the right is not the right path for you, totally cool. There are plenty of people that we can connect you with who could be right for you. because what we do here is actually a selfless act. And we would like to see other people find the joy that we have found from the dark places that we have been in life. So, with that, I thank you all for coming today. I bid you a happy adieu. And I will see you every Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I want to say thank you to my son for watching the show today. You didn't know mommy was so far in her life and her life changed, but I am. And I appreciate you being proud of me. I appreciate all three of my kids being proud of me for doing something different with my life and for helping other people do the same. So with that, I wish you all well. I thank all of my clients and my members and my classmates, the other experts and graduates who I went to school with. Thank you for being a part of my life. Because of you, I have a purpose and I feel like a good person again. So have a great weekend. Enjoy the playoffs. Go Philly.